What's up everyone, I'm Mate and welcome back to a science-based fitness channel. I decided to shoot a video talking about my career in track and field. I've been asked so many times by my friends, by my clients, even family, what exactly is pole vault, how did I get into track and field, why did I quit, why did I transition from running into jumping, and a lot of questions like that. And not so often that I get two questions that are the same, you know. So I decided to shoot this video and make it all clear, say a little bit of my story, and get it out there. So I joined track and field when I was 12 years old. I think for a few months I was 12 years old, and it was in September, because I remember we were supposed to go into a training camp that winter, and I didn't make the cut because I was just new, you know, so it made no sense. I hadn't had a competition at that time, and they didn't know if they should invest in me or not. But yeah, that's how I remember the month exactly, you know. But I also remember my first training session, which it's so funny now that I think about it. So I went there, like somebody said that, oh, if you want to join track and field, you know, I know this school and they have a bunch of trainers there, they have a bunch of coaches, and you might as well go there and ask for this guy. And yeah, so my mom actually, she figured everything out, and she made it happen. And we went there, we got in touch with this coach. He said that maybe I should do like a trial, you know. So he put me up against one of his guys. I think he was 1 year younger than me, but he was, you know, he had some experience with track and field, and I hadn't. I didn't. I mean, but I mean, I was cocky and I was really proud, because amongst my friends and my colleagues at school, I was the best. I was the most inclined towards athletics, you know, towards basically any kind of sports, except football. I never liked football, or soccer, or whatever you call it. Yeah, so I was expecting big things from me, and I mean, I was happy on my trials, because that guy managed to beat me only with 50-60 centimeters or so. Half a meter is not that bad, I thought then, you know, but when it comes in track and field, half a meter is a lot, like a lot, you know. So yeah, I got my ass handed to me that day, you know, but I didn't know it. I was about to learn later on. Anyway, he said I was fine and I should just keep on coming to training, and that the next training session would be tomorrow. And so I did. I just came in second day, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, I'm Mate, I don't know if you remember me, we met yesterday. Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. And I was like, okay, so how do we do this? What do I do now? He said that the boys are outside and they're already waiting for me. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that they'll tell me what to do. Perfect. I just go there. I found the guys, chatted for like 2-5 minutes, and we started our thing, you know. We started doing a jog for like 600 meters or so, and then we did a little bit of stretching, and then we did some specific exercises for track and field, like tiptoeing, high knees. We did a little bit of lateral movements and things like that. And after that, we did probably 2 or 3 sprints. I don't know if I would call them sprints. They were supposed to be between 50 and 60% of your maximum, but me being the like testosterone fueled teenager, pre-teen actually, and very cocky, but like with no base for it, I gave it my all, and just to be able to keep up with them. Still I wasn't, but I was pretty close, you know. So I was out of breath and sweaty, and I went to my coach and said, okay, I'm done, so when should I come next time? He was like, what do you mean you're done? Well, I finished everything the guys told me to do. And then he said, that's the warm-up. Yeah, so that's how my first training session in track and field went. I felt like, no, this is not possible. I mean, you're joking. It was crazy. It was really hard. It went on for another 90 minutes, you know? Yeah. But it was all right. I wasn't gonna quit. To be honest, like not one time in these, I don't know, 14 years that I've been doing track and field, I have not once thought about quitting. I mean, you want to quit, you know, you want to quit every day after each training session, but like for real, not even once. And trainings kept going, and I got better and better in my technique, even though it felt impossible at that time to be able to run with my knees so high all the time. It was such a struggle. It seemed impossible, but I mean, if they could do it, I could do it too. So out of those guys that I started with, I was actually the last one to quit track and field. So yeah, but you know, we went on and did different events at some point. So yeah, I did my main event was 400 meters, but I didn't do that for too long. It was probably like altogether 1 year, because I tried out 100 meters, I tried out long jump, I tried out javelin throw, and I was fairly good at all of them, but I couldn't, I mean, I wasn't feeling it right, you know? I wasn't feeling like it was my event. I wasn't feeling comfortable, and it felt like I was struggling somehow against my nature, you know? And at some point during training, we decided to do a relay for this competition, because I wasn't ready at all to do my 400 meters. So we decided to do a relay as part of a training. And we went to this competition in another town, and my relay team came in second. So we won a silver medal at the national championship with the relay team. It felt amazing, I gotta tell you. And I think it was my first medal. And it was good that I started with such a big medal, you know. And it made me feel that like this is for real, this is happening, and maybe I need to shift my focus a little bit more here. I was playing games on my computer, I was hanging out with friends, so I decided to take a little bit out of both and move it to track and field. But then what really happened is I took a lot more from my social life and nothing from my gaming life and put it into track and field, you know? Gaming life for the win, man. I haven't played any games for a while now, but I'll probably be a gamer in my heart, you know, and so till like, I don't know, I'm like 125 years old, because I plan to keep on living, you know? Until they invent something that could make me immortal. I feel like I don't know, I'm supposed to see how this ends. Anyway, so yeah, I won that medal, and when I went back to school, actually the teachers kept grilling me about the fact that I missed school, and what happened, we didn't get any notice, where did you go, did your parents know about you, were you sick, what's this, what's that? I'm like, I just had a competition, and they were shocked to find out that I was doing something. It was such a bad neighborhood that nobody would imagine that you would do something productive, something good, you know? Like, everybody was up to no good. And I told them that I won this medal, and they were also shocked. And when the first parent meeting was scheduled, they all just jumped my mom, saying like, oh, you're gonna lose him to sports, and it's not good. He should keep on staying in school, learn, and he's missing so much. He's falling behind. He's not gonna be able to catch up, and he's not gonna he's not gonna do anything with his life. And I did good. Okay, so just calm down. Calm the fuck down. Okay, I did good. They were not actually worried. They were. No, I mean, I'm older now, and I'm able to see it, and they were actually just close-minded, and probably they were afraid of everything that was new, and you know, they didn't have the courage to do anything else, and or anything other than teaching. I'm actually, to a certain level, a teacher of fitness, right? I mean, so I'm not undermining their job, because they should be really proud. They have an important and amazing job at that as well. I used to do I used to be a sports teacher for this after school, and I did that for a year, and it's so rewarding. And even now I'm able to see exactly how those kids were when we started and how they are now. After just 1 year, they're a lot more disciplined, they're a lot more capable, and we were able to like have discussions a little bit more structured, and our training sessions, like the classes, became structured and coordinated, and we were able to see a direction in which we were going, you know? So I mean, I can understand them a little bit, but nonetheless, they were still close-minded, and they didn't want to encourage me at all. Actually, the teacher that was looking after my class, I don't know exactly how to say it, but like, we have this teacher, and he takes care of my class. Like, he's supposed to, I don't know, a lot of things. He had a lot more responsibilities. We're like his year, you know? And anyway, something like a tutor. He was really proud. He supported me, and he had some chats with me that helped me a lot, telling me that it's a process, and things like these take time, so I should just congratulations for now, but keep on working and all that. It was helpful. I felt like somebody was understanding me, you know? So after that, I got a taste of it, and for hell, I'm not gonna quit, you know? So I just kept on going, but my career in running was not like, it wasn't going great. So I don't know, it's genetics, you know? For running, you need a lot of, like, you need genetics on your side. So I didn't have that. I was fast, and I could run for longer distances, but I wasn't at that national level, you know? So above average for sure, but not the best. So if I'm not the best, it makes no sense. So after 3-4 years, something like that, or 5, I can't even remember, man, because I transitioned slowly to pole vaulting, you know, so that's why I don't know exactly when I stopped doing 400 meters and 100 meters. So at one training session, my coach saw me practicing a few moves in breakdancing and street dance, you know, and he saw that I was quite acrobatic, and he was like, would you like to try, like, you know, pole vaulting? And I was like, sure. I mean, I haven't seen the event on TV, or maybe I did, but like in bloopers, you know, like in fails or so. Other than that, in my real life, for hell, like, for sure, I haven't saw it. But I decided to do it anyway. It was a rash decision. It wasn't a bad decision, it was just rash, because I haven't thought about it at all. He asked, and I replied straight away, yeah, sure, why not, you know? And soon after that, I did my first training session in pole vault, and managed to clear 3 meters first try. It was amazing, man. I mean, it was fun. It wasn't at all as hard as training for 400 meters, but later on I was finding out that the technique for pole vaulting is one of the toughest there is. Like, so I had to struggle with that. Physically, it was all right, but mentally, it was such a stress and a strain. You would need to be focused 100% each step of the way. If one step is off by this much, you could just probably, well, it says on the pole that death and paralysis have occurred. So I'm not saying it. The pole vaulting people are saying it. So if your steps are off even by this much, you could just die, you know? It's probably not gonna happen, but it's possible. So you're gonna get badly injured, so, you know, you need to be there 100%. So yeah, I called my coach, my main coach, after that training session because I was feeling good with what I did. I was feeling proud, and I wanted to share it with him. And he was amazed at himself. And we kind of like, without talking, we decided that I should just go on with pole vaulting. And so I did. I kept training with him for speed and for strength and conditioning, but everything that was pole vaulting regarded, I was doing it with my other coach, which he was the national record holder of Romania. So he was quite somebody, you know. And also he was a teacher as well, so he had really good skills when it came to teaching and transmitting his knowledge to somebody else. He was able to visually make you see what he wanted you to understand, you know. And he had an amazing character, and I know from experience I'm not able to learn from somebody if their character is like lame, or you know, they don't have a moral code, or if they don't have a spine, you know, if they're spineless. Not literally. So yeah, we went on and increased training frequency for pole vaulting, and then slowly I just did pole vault altogether and nothing else. I think on my first competition I cleared 3 meters again. Different conditions. I wasn't you know, I wasn't used to having opponents, and it was my first hands-on experience with pole vaulting competitions, which are a bit different. They last a little bit longer, they last a lot longer, up to 5 hours. The longest one I had was, I think, 5 hours and a bit. And you know, so I cleared 3 meters, which was great. No medal though, but it was all right. I mean, I knew it was just a beginning, and it's a process. So I kept on training, and 1 year later I was national champ. Won my first so I won my first medal in nationals for pole vaulting after 6 months, and then which was bronze. So I got 3rd place with 3 meters 50, 60, something like that. And then I went 6 months later and became national champ with 4 meters and 10, I think, indoors. You hear that? My dog is snoring. She's right here. She's right here, actually. Yeah, so after I became national champ, things changed a bit. My career had a turning point. I was advancing so quick. I was just 1 year into pole vaulting, and I was beating the guys that were there for like 4 or 5 years. And clubs formed a line to sign me, and you know, I had no idea what that is. I was happy doing what I did, but now I heard that I might get paid doing it, you know. And things changed, man. I feel like, damn, I'm like a pro athlete now. So I wanted more. So at that time I have probably seen all, and I'm not exaggerating, all the pole vaults videos on YouTube, like everything, fails or no fails, everything. And I had a favorite one. It was a mashup of great jumps from Renaud Lavillenie, Sergei Bubka. I forgot some of their names, but yeah, and it was it had like a song. It was the Can Be Touched one by Roy Jones. So yeah, I remember that. I was always listening to that one and just watching it one night before, and I had the song on in my ears while I was going there and doing my warm-up. So yeah, I just because my coach was so honest, so always upfront, and always knew exactly what to say, he made me trust him so much. He made me put my faith in him, and I focused on doing my part and him doing his part, which also involved him deciding which club we should sign with. And he took a decision which went great I stayed with the same club for my whole career, just to prove that he had a good decision, and I mean, it worked out great for me. And I think years later, we ran out of poles, you know, and actually my career was going upwards, just like skyrocketing. I was advancing a lot. I mean, fast, and you know, it's a good thing. But when it comes to pole vaulting, you need to have the poles to support you. So we kind of didn't, you know, because it's not that well funded here in Romania, and ended up having my coach pay some of them, and I got like a sponsorship of 1,000 euros and used half of that to buy a pole, and the other half to buy my driver I just like pay my driver license school and all that, and buy some training gear, and probably for a training camp, I don't know. But yeah, that was it. And we bought some poles, and then I went even higher. But then I needed stronger poles. So we took a decision where I was supposed to use a strong pole, like really strong. It was around, I was 60 kilos, and the pole was 78 or so. And probably this much longer. So that's a lot. Tried it a few times, didn't work. And I felt that I was getting tired, so I was supposed to end the training session soon. So I said, I'm gonna give it one more try. I'm gonna rest a little bit longer, and I'm gonna do it. We need to do it. I need to get home, put my head on the pillow, and just know that I did it, you know. And tried it one more time. Ended up being thrown back by the pole. Fell, landed on my feet. I was really good at that, but my left leg hyperextended, you know, so it went straight and then went a little bit more. So that was painful. It took me like 2 weeks to recover physically, and mentally about 2 years. I wasn't able to jump that well after that for about 2 years, you know. Started jumping again, but I wasn't as fearless as I was once, you know, and I wasn't advancing that fast, and I was kind of like holding back for some reason. I couldn't control it. It was my body and my mind reacting without me having any control. But after that 2-year period, I managed to win. So out of 6 medals in 1 year that I could have won, I won 4 golds and 1 silver and 1 bronze, or 2 silver, I can't remember. But the thing is, one of those silvers or bronze I won with this finger dislocated. So I just dislocated my finger, and then when I saw it, I just hid my hand behind my back while the medical team was checking me, and just acted like everything was okay. Just, you know, powered through and won another medal, which was great. I was so proud. But I mean, up to this point, I think there are not that many people that know, you know, that I did it. I mean, I wasn't doing it to show off, or, you know, it was just really important for me to win, to have my work kind of like materialize into something, and it did. I've got all these here. All of them are like, sorry for the clickety clack. All of them are like national level, and there are quite a few, because we didn't have access to that many competitions, just because we could only compete in pole vaulting, and I used to compete in my age group and then the one above me, and I would win a medal there as well. So that's why I get like more medals per year. So just moving towards a little bit more, I ended my career with a best of 4 meters 90. Couldn't clear the 5 meters. It is what it is. I'm a bit upset by that. Could have done it probably, but it just didn't happen. I had to take on working as well towards the end of my career for the last probably 4 years or so, and only from home to training place, I would have spent 3 hours there and back, just on the road. So that's 3 hours per day. So that's a lot, and just I was wasted. I was working as well, so you know, it was quite hard. But the good thing that happened is I went. So we did a competition where I was selected for an European Championship. I won the competition, and then because I won it, I went to European Championships. Nobody was expecting much because pole vaulting in let's say Spain or Greece or Israel, it's at a different level, you know. They have more funds in that area than us, so it is what it is. They're better than us, and nobody was expecting much. But I managed to get a 6th place out of 10, which was good. Believe me, it was good. Managed to bring a few points for Romania, and managed to bring me a special email, which was from a group, a club in UK, and they recruited me. I said yes. I went there for a year, worked as a personal trainer there as well. I was really lucky. So the gym and the stadium was like behind my house, like really close. So I was lucky, and I won 3 gold medals in England and national. So it was like a team national championship that I won with them, and 3 individual gold medals. Everything went great there. My coach was even talking about going to some special meets so we could move up to better clubs and get better pay, you know. But that didn't happen. The main reason I quit track and field is because I injured my back. I have a form of hernia which is incurable, and if upset, causes a level of pain you could not imagine. It doesn't matter which position you're in, you're gonna feel a shitload of pain. And it happened to me. For 1 week I stayed in bed. I was spending 45 minutes to take a shower. I wasn't sleeping. Sometimes it was so bad I was just sitting in my bed, lying back and just crying. It was so bad, man. But yeah, I decided that I was gaining so little in comparison to what I could lose, with the fact being that a lot of pole vaulters have like fatal injuries, not necessarily deadly, but they just end up being paralyzed. So I wasn't gonna have that, you know. Just better. I have a few medals, man. I'm happy. I proved myself a couple of times. I'm good. I'm okay with that. And the things that pole vaulting and these medals did for me are amazing. Like they opened up so many doors. People knew me, were taking pictures of me, and always congratulating me, always happy to see me. And you know, even my friends, they were always motivated by me and happy to just listen to my stories, you know. So yeah, finished my career probably 2 years ago, and planning to have a comeback just to show my girlfriend what it was like, and just for her to see me jump, you know, just one time. It's probably gonna be really bad, but hopefully she's still gonna love me after that. Anyway, that was it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a shitload of stories from track and field, all of them intense, good and bad, but just great stories altogether. And probably in time I'll share them with you. Before you go away, I just want to say a few words about the time we live in right now. I actually have no words, man. Like I stay indoors. I got my girlfriend here. We're binge watching something, and we've got a dog. We take him outside from time to time. But it's just when you go outside and you see that everything has stopped. Everything is still, you know, and it feels like a movie. It feels like the 2 different worlds. Inside and outside are 2 different worlds, man. I just want to make sure that you're aware and grateful of how lucky you are to be healthy and I don't know, I don't believe in God, but somebody, an entity has to be up there, and thanks to that entity that I'm healthy, everybody I care about and love are healthy, and probably, I don't know, the main thing I take from this, I'm probably an optimistic, but I'm just gonna take the fact that the planet is getting better, so you know, we're gonna be able to live more in this planet, on this planet, and that we're healthy, and it's not the end of the world, right? We're gonna get through this, and for sure there are gonna be other crises, so you know, get past this if you're curious to find out what's coming, right? See you guys online.